Hi, I'm Kirby Allison. Thank you for all your comments and questions that you guys have posted on our YouTube channel. After reading them all and answering as many as possible, I've selected 5 that we're going to feature in today's Q&A video. Each of these individuals I have selected will receive a complimentary pair of our Sovereign Grade shoelaces as a token of our appreciation for their participation in our channel. In today's Q&A video, we're going to be answering questions about black tie. As the holiday season comes upon us, the probability or the chances of us being invited to a black tie event increase dramatically. We have some incredible resources for you on this channel about how to dress appropriately for black tie. And in today's Q&A video, as we're approaching the holiday season, we've pulled 5 questions from those videos that you guys have had about how to dress appropriately for black tie. Our first question today is from James Milligan, and it reads, what type of foolish company would make or sell patent leather dress shoes for black tie with a rubber sole? You can spot that sole from a mile away and instantly telegraphs that the person wearing it is deficient in dress education. And I'm being nice about this comment too. So, James, tell me, how do you really feel about rubber shoes? So, you raise a great point. You know, black tie, if you're wearing black tie, it's a special occasion. It's an opportunity to dress up and really embellish just that ritual of dressing in your finest. And so, it's for these occasions that I think taking the extra time and effort and spending a little bit of extra money to have a pair of patent leather dress shoes or appropriate dress shoes for black tie that have leather soles just increase the elegance of that occasion. We filmed an extensive video on this channel about what type of shoes are appropriate for black tie dress. And you know, personally, my favorite is just a calfskin opera pump with the mirror shine on the toe. Next to that would be an opera pump in patent leather. But most likely you have a pair of dress shoes in your closet that are totally appropriate for black tie. As long as your shoes are black and do not have broguing and you give them a nice mirror shine on the toe, they are perfectly appropriate for black tie, and in many cases more appropriate than a pair of rubber-soled rental shoes that you could otherwise be wearing. So James, with that question, shoes are one of the most overlooked aspects of black tie. You can have someone that really took the effort to find a nice tuxedo, you know, that is tying the row in bow tie, that's wearing a nice tuxedo shirt, but overlooked their shoes. And you know, there's few things that aren't correct. I've told you my personal preference. Any pair of Oxfords that are black, don't have broguing, have a nice high shine, and don't have rubber soles are completely appropriate for black tie and will look better than a pair of rental shoes with clumsy, clunky rubber soles. My personal favorite pair of shoes for black tie are always going to be a pair of calfskin opera pumps with a nice, beautiful mirror shine. But take our poll and let me know what your favorite type of shoes are to wear for black tie. Our second question today is from John Hola, and it reads, can you wear a pair of patent leather Jodhpur boots for black tie? Great question. There's a million reasons why black tie is meant to be refined, and the problem with Jodhpur boots is that you're just not refined enough for black tie. Although whenever you're standing and your trousers are draping completely, one wouldn't be able to tell that you're wearing boots. The moment you sit down and your leg pants rise, it's going to be immediately obvious that you're wearing boots, and it's just not appropriate for black tie. So of course my preference for black tie is going to be a pair of calfskin opera pumps with a beautiful mirror shine on the toe. Next to that is going to be a pair of patent leather opera pumps. But if you're not someone that wants to wear opera pumps, any pair of black Oxfords, either a patent leather Oxford or an Oxford with no broguing with a nice mirror shine is going to be completely appropriate for any black tie event. If you have any more questions about what type of footwear to wear with black tie, take a look at the video that we filmed on this exact subject on what shoes are appropriate for black tie. Our third question today is from Polycat. It reads, excellent video. Do you recommend studs in gold or silver? For the stone, do you recommend onyx or mother of pearl? So great question. In a lot of ways this boils down to personal preference, but most traditionally you would wear silver with white tie and gold with black tie. That said, with black tie, it really boils down to personal preference even today. My personal preference is to always wear gold studs with my black tie, just because the majority of my jewelry, like my wedding band and my pocket watch, are all gold. But if you're someone that really just prefers a silver, as long as it's all matching, it's okay. What you want to avoid is mismatching, like having silver studs and gold cufflinks or gold studs and silver cufflinks. Another one of the rules of black tie is to not wear your wristwatch, which would be considered rude with black tie and white tie for that matter, because traditionally you wouldn't be concerned with the time because you'd be enjoying yourself at this party. To learn about the 9 fundamentals for black tie, check out our video on this subject. Our next question is from B-Mint, and it reads, can I wear a dinner jacket if I don't have a tuxedo jacket? So the British call tuxedos dinner suits. So if someone is saying, I'm going to wear a dinner suit or I need my dinner jacket, most commonly they're referring to a tuxedo or a tuxedo jacket. In America, the tradition is to refer to a black tie as a tuxedo. Now, what you could be asking is that if you don't have a tuxedo or if you don't have a dinner suit, is there something else that you can wear? And if you're in a pinch, any type of really dark suit, so like a dark black suit, a dark charcoal, or a dark navy suit, anything that in low light is going to almost appear black, can be worn in lieu of a proper dinner suit. Now, with a nice white shirt and a black satin bow tie, 99% of the people aren't going to realize you're not wearing a tuxedo anyway. So if you're in a pinch because you've been traveling, I mean, it's happened to me while in London before where I get invited to a last-minute black tie event. I had a nice dark gray or dark charcoal suit, white shirt, of course, and I just went and bought a bow tie, which is very easy to procure in London at Bud Shirt Makers. And so that with a nice pair of highly shined black cap-toe Oxfords, I mean, I was dressed better than most of the men who were wearing rented tuxedos. But I caution you, it has to appear black in medium to low light. So if it's going to be gray, it needs to be a very dark charcoal gray. If it's going to be navy, it needs to be a very dark navy, not a blue, or black. Here at the Hanger Project, we have an extensive selection of beautiful self-tie bow ties. So as you're planning for the black tie season, I really encourage you to learn how to tie your own bow tie. It adds such elegance and such sophistication to black tie. And of course, we have an entire video on this channel dedicated on how to tie bow ties. Our last question today is from HunterCat93, and it reads, I've seen tuxedo shirts with mini pleats in the front part of the shirt. Any rules about those kinds of shirts, and is the plain one necessary? So great question. When choosing a tuxedo shirt, there's a few important things to remember. First, your tuxedo shirt needs to be white. So anything that's off-white, ecru, any other color other than white is not acceptable. The second rule is that you want to ensure that your tuxedo shirt is not showing any mother of pearl buttons or any plastic buttons. So a shirt that has a covered placket is perfectly appropriate, or most traditionally, a shirt that has studs. And lastly, you don't want to be wearing any shirt with like ruffles from the 70s. May have been cool 50 years ago, but really not something that's appropriate this day and age. But any type of shirt, either plain front or with a bib or with pleats, is totally and completely appropriate for black tie. You know, I really suggest that everyone have one dedicated shirt in their wardrobe for black tie. You just need one. You know, you could easily wear it for 20 or 30 years as long as you don't grow out of it. And it's a very simple shirt that is easily purchased or made that just is going to elevate your black tie ensemble. And it's nice knowing that anytime you're invited to a black tie event, you have all of the accoutrement that you need. The rules of black tie are really simple. We have an entire video talking about the 9 fundamentals of black tie, and the rules exist for a reason, and that's because you always look better when you're following the rules than if you try to break them. So if you follow the rules of black tie, you can always show up to an event knowing that you are going to be looking your best. My favorite shirt for black tie is just a simple plain white shirt with a bib with no pleats. But I'd love to hear what your favorite shirts are to wear for black tie. Take our poll and let us know, what do you prefer, a plain front or a pleated front? Here at Kirby Allison's Hanger Project, we love helping the well-dressed take care of their wardrobes, and that includes helping you look great for your next black tie event. Check out our full range of videos and resources that we have available on how to dress for black tie, what's appropriate, what's not, how to tie your bow tie. And of course, visit hangerproject.com, where we have an entire section dedicated to black tie, where you'll find a large variety of self-tie bow ties, cummerbunds, studs, cufflinks, silk dress socks, and everything else you need to look great for your next black tie event. But once again, I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone for their comments and questions It's your engagement on our YouTube channel that make these Q&A videos possible. Not only do these Q&As give me the opportunity to answer in greater depth a lot of the questions that I'm already answering, but they allow me to take a moment to acknowledge my appreciation for everyone's involvement in this channel. I absolutely enjoy this platform and how it's allowed me to connect more directly with all of you, and I really have fun interacting with you and answering your questions. If you haven't taken an opportunity to ask a question or make a comment, I invite you to do so. Even if you don't have any questions to ask, sharing your opinions and your thoughts about our content help us make better videos for you in the future. I read all those comments and questions personally and really do enjoy getting back to as many of them as I possibly can. If you have any other questions about black tie that you would like us to cover or film a video about, please let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up and please subscribe to our channel and turn on your notifications by clicking the bell to the right of the subscribe button so that you can learn whenever we release new videos. If you have any questions or comments about anything we discussed on this video, please ask them in the comments section below. And of course, please visit hangerproject.com, where we have the largest, most comprehensive collection of luxury garment care and shoe care accessories in the world, as well as many other incredible products for the well-dressed. And while you are there, subscribe to our newsletter to receive notifications of new product launches, promotions, as well as a weekly digest of all the videos we publish here on our YouTube channel. I'm Kirby Allison, and we love helping the well-dressed take care of their wardrobes. Thanks for joining me.